Good afternoon, everyone. This is Gabe Velazquez here, transparenttrading-solutions.com for the last day of 2023, January 29th. Happy New Year, everyone. So let's get finished up for the year. Obviously, very strong year in one respect. However, I had the session this morning. Keep in mind that we're basically right back to the highs in 2022 on the S&P. We know what happened after that. I'm not saying that's going to happen this year, but we basically round trip from the highs in 2022. The top tick there was January 3rd on the open. Again, not suggesting that's going to happen this year. Stranger things have happened. Everybody is super bullish. So let's get right into the charts, kind of finish up. Lots of stuff going on under the surface still, though. I keep talking about, the average is kind of just meandering. We had let me get right into the charts and start with that. S&P, right up against the prior highs here on the index. We actually made a new high on the futures on the SPX, which is something I've been talking about. Not quite there yet, just a couple of points away from that. But we are essentially right back to where we were more or less in 2022. And again, we saw what happened there. That was the top tick, and we dropped about 30% from the peak. Again, is this a double top? Is it just a breakout? I would suspect we're going to get some kind of correction, but not until we actually make a new high. So I think we're probably going to make a new high. That's just the way the markets work. There's a proclivity for the markets to want to make a new high. I think that's in the cards probably next week sometime. And then I think we should get some type of correction or whatever. Now, again, on the futures, we did have a bit of an air pocket today. Again, we keep having these little, we had that big air pocket, which obviously was picked up. Similar today, not as strong, volume very, very light today. And I think we are still prone to that, especially next week when all the volume comes back and everybody starts, it's all, as you know, on Wall Street, it's what have you done for me lately? So it's not about the gains you have, it's the gains that you keep. And, so that's going to be interesting. Going to be a fascinating year. I'm really excited about next year. We've got volatility probably going to increase, all kinds of uncertainty. We got an election. We got geopolitical stuff still ongoing. Everybody assumes that the Fed's done. Everybody is assuming that inflation is under control. If you go back 1 year ago today and look at all the forecasts that everybody was talking about, they were all dead wrong, right? What was the narrative a year ago? The market had tanked. Everybody was super bearish. We were going to go into recession, blah, blah, blah. So again, be careful. Again, everybody's kind of forecasting right now. We're in a whole different ball game here. So, it's interesting if you take the time, machine and go back a year ago and check out. Pretty much everybody was wrong. Every prognosticator, whatever. So, anyways, similarly, the Nasdaq. Again, I'm focused more on the Meg 7 stocks. I want to give you, in fact, we're at TTS. We're really focused on AMD. We took a long in AMD from last week. We closed that out this week. Around the 140. We actually bought some calls here. And, this offset, we were also short NVIDIA. So this offset plus more our short NVIDIA position clearly. But you can see that's sitting 150. NVIDIA still struggling to get above 500, whether it's going to take out the highs. Interestingly, that NVIDIA, in the midst of the NASDAQ futures and NASDAQ NDX hitting record highs every day for the last month, has gone nowhere. It's basically, in fact, the last time we rallied up to 500, which is literally middle of December, we dropped 30 points. And the last time we went up here in mid-November, we dropped almost 50 points. So just keep that in mind, and again, this is where the opportunities are at the moment. So if you want to explore some of these, again, contact me at Transparent Trading, at support at Transparent Trading Solutions. I'll give you some free days so that you can explore what we're doing here. This is where I think, this is where the opportunities are coming from. Now, the averages are probably going to get moving again at some point. The NASDAQ futures have been back and forth. You can't chase it as well. These are all-time highs. So we'll see what happens with the Russell and the Dow, also at all-time highs, but also just been kind of churning here sideways right at the all-time highs. And we'll see. Interest rates also interesting. We have been also just going sideways since the middle of the month. Really, interest rates, once they bottomed here, haven't really done much. Pretty much. I mean, we've just been sitting here between 380 and about 4. If they jump over 4, that's going to be a headwind for stocks. Similarly, the dollar, can't get any traction. It looks like it's going to plummet down to 100, and then it, catches a bid. Of the currencies, the most notable, I think, is, Mexican peso looks like it wants to break out of its current trading range here. So if you want to focus on, you see that we're just bumping right up against this. The Canadian dollar's gone on a pretty good run. That's also coming up to some pretty key levels. In the metals, gold also looked like it was going to go on a run and didn't quite get up to our level, and then came back down again. Silver, also very interesting, did hit a level here, but just can't get any traction. So a lot of churn in the metals. Platinum is something I've been looking at too, at around 1,000, and we have some levels coming up here. So there's a very coming into next year. That's why I'm so super excited. I think there's going to be tons of opportunity. I think we're going to get out of a lot of this chop. I think volatility is going to increase, which obviously will present a lot more opportunities. And then, nat gas is another one. We've been talking about this ad nauseum here. When it's going to break out, I have no idea what's going to cause it. Obviously unknown. Nobody knows anything. Anybody tells you knows what's going to happen is basically, full of it. So all we do is look at probabilities, right? That's it. But you can clearly see, just based on this chart pattern, this range trading is going to get resolved. It's going to go either back down to 2, I believe, or have an upside surprise here with what's going on in Europe. They are having some shortages of nat gas, so that could be the trigger. But up to this point, you can see there. And then also on the soybeans, I've been talking about this. Also similar pattern. Is it going to break 13 a bushel? That's obviously also an opportunity there. And then wheat finally here as well. Big old massive ranges. These are ready for breakouts. So again, lots of great opportunities setting up, starting probably on Tuesday and going into the new year. I mean, so we got a lot to look forward to. Lots of tremendous opportunities awaiting for those that are disciplined, have a process, have an edge. I will be probably running a class first part of the year. I'm going to start that up again. So be watchful for that. Other than that, everybody have a great new year, and looking forward to a happy, healthy, prosperous 2024. Okay, have a good Good New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Take care. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. Take care.